Hi. So Chad and I were talking. We know that there are a lot of women and men too in the gym who have talked about wanting to learn how to do muscle ups, interested in getting to the muscle up phase. So we've come up with a plan. We've got it loosely sort of based on an 8-week program on how to get yourself to the point where you're ready to do muscle ups. For the first 2 weeks of the program, we're going to start on focusing just on dips, because that's like the crucial element of getting a muscle up, is you have to be able to do a dip, and specifically a ring dip. The plan for ring dip starts with just doing a basic support. From there, we're going to move on to doing scaled versions of a ring dip, and starting with the easier scale and then progressively getting more difficult with the scale. And then from there, we're going to move on to being able to do a strict dip, and we're going to start with a strict dip before we even talk about kipping, because you definitely want to have that strength to be able to do a strict dip. We also have it broken down into what, the rep scheme that you need to work on. You want to work on it either before or after class, 5 days a week. For the support, hold the max support that you can for as long as you can, 5 times a week, and ideally we want you to be able to hold it for 10 to 15 seconds before you move on to the next scale version. For the actual ring dips, we're going to have you work on 6 sets of 5 reps. And again, either before or after class, 5 days a week. You really need to work on it consistently every day in order to build up that strength and get to the point where you can do muscle ups. So now we're going to demo what the different versions of the scale are, getting you to a strict ring dip. So the first one where we want to start is on just a ring support. Ring support looks like this. You want a nice hollow position, and ideally your wrist turned out at the top, because that's what you want to do with it. And when you finish a muscle up and also a ring dip, hold up here for 10 to 15 seconds, get down, shake it out a little bit, rest, get the blood circulating again, then get back up and do it again. That'll be your second set. And you do that 5 times. All right, so a good place to start with the support is to give yourself a little bit of assistance. So you can go here with the support, lower the rings a little bit so your feet are able to touch the floor, and then you can just stand like this with one foot until you're ready to lift both feet off, just to give yourself a little extra support. And once you have that down and that becomes a little bit easier for you, then try to lift both feet off for as long as you can, and then you're able to move to a completely unassisted support. Now, once you have that down and you're able to hold yourself in a support like that for 10 to 15 seconds, then you're ready to move on to the scaled dip. So the easiest version where you want to start with this is by having your heels out in front of you, and you're going to lower yourself down and bring yourself back up again. Just like that. Now what you want to do is make sure you keep the rings kind of out in front of you a little bit and don't let them get behind you like this. So make sure the rings are out in front of you. Lower yourself down, and then back up again. So again, you want to do 6 sets of that, 5 reps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Step away, shake it out a little bit, get back in and do another set of 5. Once you've got it down where that feels fairly comfortable, fairly easy for you, you want to start making it a little bit harder. The way you can do that is by raising the rings. And then what you're going to have to do is, because obviously I can't keep my arms straight with my legs out in front when the rings are higher, is you start up here in that support position. You're going to lower yourself, and then your feet are going to hit the floor and give you a little bit of support. Then you're going to come back up again and push yourself out. So you're actually starting to work on the unsupported ring dip motion, but you're getting a little bit of support at the beginning and at the end to make it a little bit easier. And then once you've done that and that feels fairly easy for you, you can move on to the strict ring dip. Now ideally, you want to get full range of motion on these. So you're up here, lower, so your shoulders are touching the rings here, and then back up again with the wrist turned out at the bottom. For the ring dips, if you want to do, we say that you should be able to do about 3 to 5 reps of them, connected, unbroken, before you're ready to do a muscle up. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if you can. And then once you've got that, then you should be ready to move on to the next progression, which we'll do another video installment in a couple of weeks to show you what the next step is to getting the muscle up. But for now, we just want you to focus on the dip portion and getting those ring dips down. We'll be posting all this as well, so you can see kind of a write-out of it. You can follow it, and if you have any questions, just let Chad know or let me know, and we'll do our best to answer them. But we're gonna get lots of women in the gym doing ring dips now because of this. So let's get going. Have at it.